I mean, they have a different. They live by different. It's
Richard.
no, yeah, it's
Yeah, tell us
hard.
all about
I
it.
mean, that's one of the reasons I was thrilled to get Three's Company because I didn't have to take my clothes off. I was doing television. You don't like Sean Penn?
No, I love Sean.
I love Sean Penn. I think he's amazing. I mean, I think he's an incredible human being, and I'm crazy about him. I mean, he can. I just think he's.
Yeah.
People don't really know who he is, so that's why he gets bad rap. But I remember that's why I wanted to do Three's. I was relieved. I know Michelle Pfeiffer. She got Scarface that same period because it was always me and Michelle, and I got this. I thought, God, I get to keep my clothes on. Don't you remember? I mean, they always wanted you to take your clothes off all the time. I mean, if you see Sissy Spacek in Slaughterhouse-5, I mean, everybody's naked. I mean, in the 70s, everybody had their clothes. I'm all over the internet.
I have a weird kind of sad story too, though. But I was in a movie called Tank, which was awesome, cute little Disney type film, but James Garner.
James Gardner.
But anyway, there was a scene, and I had in my contract, because also when you're 19, 20 years old, you're so scared of somebody seeing your breast. Whereas when you get older, it's like, hey, you want to see my breast? I'll show you right now. Yeah,
I was the opposite.
But when you were young, you could strip. So anyway, but I said, okay, no nudity, and I was so scared and stuff. There was one scene, and I had to be out in a lake, in like the swamp, and it really was. We were shooting like in the south someplace, and when I got in the water, the wardrobe gal took me out there because I couldn't have a top on because the water was above and I had panties on. And in front of us, the whole set, the director goes on the blowhorn. Okay, now rise out of the shot. And I'm like, rise out of the shot, and I'm there, and a little girl, and and I'm in the water, and I'm like going in front of everybody, and there's like 50 guys on the set, and I'm going, no, I don't want to. You mean? And I said, well, I'll rise out the back, so I kind of show my back. He goes, no, turn around. And I'm like going like, and can you imagine?
Well, if you hadn't agreed to do that before,
James
that's
Garner
wrong.
came on and then talked to the
I bet he
producer,
did.
and I was again just like in tears, going, really, you're going to do that to? Because they did. They wanted all of us naked. And the only ones, Richard got naked, I think, when he was 16 or something in a show, right? In a film.
Did you do your hair?
I was on the stage at the Lincoln Center Repertory Company.
Oh, that's different.
It
And
was a very artistic play.
And you were
what was
naked.
it? Were you naked?
Narrow Road to the Deep North, which says everything.
What?
It said Narrow Road to the Deep North.
I'm sorry, my headset cut out and I couldn't hear.
Yeah, well,
Narrow
it was at the end of the
way.
play, and I had to come up through a trapdoor. I told the story on Johnny Carson.
Well, I didn't
And
watch-
it really,
I
were
didn't
you
happen to watch
naked?
Carson.
I had to
Completely
take
naked?
I had to take off the loincloth and bring it out on stage, and then the lights went dim.
Wait. So for a guy, I am going to ask this.
Okay.
Do you guys ever, if you're going to be naked, do you ever worry that your pee-pee might be sticking up or going down, or do you want it to stick up
No,
or
but
go
let me just say
sideways?
this.
You know what? Right?
Let me just tell you this.
Okay. Yes.
That they had, the loincloth was...
He's such a smarty
The
kid.
loincloth was wet because I was the man from the river. That was my part. And I came up and I rang it, and the loincloth was wet, and there was quite a bit of air conditioning.
So your pee-pee was really shriveled up.
It was the opposite of standing.
So you were,
Little teeny
they
tiny
had to be-
peanut.
what did you do?
Little teeny tiny peanut.
Oh.
Well,
Richard,
I
honey,
hear-
I can't
Richard.
imagine that you
Oh.
would ever.
No, that's why I would like to dispel this stuff, because you always hear about those stories of what's up, Kim Basinger and 9.5 Weeks. How people always have real sex, and I'm going.
No, I hate when people make up stuff.
Yeah,
like that.
that's why I really initially
It's
wanted to do the
called acting.
podcast. Yeah, because when I'm when you're in a bed or anything, you just meet some, hi, how are you, and you're stuck, and nobody's going. Usually a guy will be like, I'm sorry, because they're embarrassed that nothing's happened.
Actors who do those huge love scenes in films
They don't
they'll
really
always
have
tell you
sex.
it's the
not
most
true.
stressful shooting that you can do.
And they seem to always plan it like on the first day when you just meet somebody,
it's so
right?
You can never
complicated.
convince
It's so not natural, and yet you're having to try and make it look natural.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I hear people say stuff like, "My boyfriend was upset because I have this kissing scene with the," I'm like, "Well, get a new boyfriend. That's ridiculous. It's called acting."
Yeah.
I mean, seriously, I never understand that kind of silliness. Notwithstanding, you can get a crush on your co-star. It happens.
But you wouldn't have
But you're
sex
not
with the
in
cameras
front of
on
the
you.
crew.
I have to ask Richard, I just forgot. How did you? Were you in the Army or the Air Force when you were in Vietnam? You weren't a Marine.
The Army.
You're the Army, and you were hit by lightning.
Yes.
How do you know all this?
Well, you know, I do
Wikipedia.
research. I do a little bit of research.
IMDb.
And what happened to you? You lived.
Well, can't you tell?
I was going to say, I wish I'd known that sooner. It explains a lot.
How much did you get
I'll tell you
burned?
what it explains. I can
Cheap joke.
I can rub my hands together and open people's garage doors. That's not much.
Boom, boom, bum, bum, bum.
Have you noticed,
Yeah, well
honestly,
done.
seriously, have you noticed anything that's at all different? I mean, like,
No,
you know
just-
when it's going to rain, or, people got, people from the war, when they got the things in their head, they go, no, it's going to rain. Now, listen, I broke my knee.
Just in a movie.
No, I broke
Isn't
my
that
knee,
real?
and I know it's going to rain, because my knee starts getting a little funny.
Yeah, that's an arthritis
The answer
reaction
to
to
your-
barometric
your,
pressure shift. That's
So
true.
you don't have anything at all?
Answer to your medically
Thank you.
question.
Thank you.
About the
Is
pee or the
no.
lightning?
The
Nothing.
lightning.
The lightning.
No.
No.
No residual effects.
How long were you out?
2 weeks.
Oh, so
Consciously?
were you in a coma?
No, out. I thought you out of. I was out of my job. I was a lieutenant in Vietnam, and they put me in a rehab on Bay because they had cut out the wounds from where the lightning exited my feet. So my
sorry,
feet
it's not
were
funny.
bandaged, so I couldn't be in active duty. So I was out 2 weeks, but I wasn't in a coma. No.
And then you went back to...
I
Usually
feel like
you don't
maybe
get
I'm in a coma right now, but that,
Did you go back to service after the 2
Yeah.
weeks?
I'm going to pee in my pants right
Yeah.
now, I think.
So
Usually
where
you
were
don't go into
exactly?
a coma unafflicted.
where in Vietnam?
Were you in Hang Pang or not Hang Pang, but Hanoi? I mean, Hanoi. I'm sorry.
Please
I'm
just
sorry.
take
I'm sorry.
anything.
Back to the penis thing again, right?
Priscilla.
Yeah.
If I was in Hanoi, I'd be a fucking prisoner of war, okay? Because that's North Vietnam. I was north of Saigon, which is now Hanoi City. Ho Chi
Okay.
Minh City. Sorry, Ho Chi Minh City.
So did you actually do what they said so would you just eat a lot of Chinese food and fuck whores?
What is wrong with you? First of all, they're not Chinese.
No, but-
They're Vietnamese.
That's what I meant. I was doing that. You said you were only in the South, and so if you're not captured, you didn't do anything. So I'm thinking I know you
No, I
had
was
to do
assigned to
more.
a unit. I was assigned to the 101st Airborne Division.
Wow.
Yeah, but I wasn't in combat. I was not.
You were never in combat.
No, because for every soldier in the field, there were 13 in support. And that could be what I was, which was special services, or they could be running the motor pool, or they could be cooks.
Right.
They could be maintenance people, whatever. But
So you were running the motor pool. Motor pool.
no, I was running what they call recreation, welfare, and morale, making the troops happy. And that did not include whores.
Okay. And so how long did you serve?
They were
1
left-
year.
they
One
were-
year? How did you get out after a year?
I was discharged honorably.
Because of your feet that were wrapped?
No, it's just my time was up. It was 1 year. That was my time.
So I thought it had to be at least 2 years.
No, I was in the Army for 3 years, but I was in Vietnam for 1 year.
Oh. Did you enlist or did you get called?
I got drafted.
You didn't know what was your number?
I didn't have a number. It was before the lottery.
Oh, it was before the lottery. So were you like frightened to death to go?
Yes. Now that you bring it up,
Yeah.
yeah. It was. But what happened was I was with the American Shakespeare Festival, my first equity job. I was 2 weeks into rehearsal, and my draft notice they would not let me complete the season.
Oh my gosh.
Even I had like one of the top lawyers in New York. He was Albert Anastasia's lawyer. Albert Anastasia was a big mafia capo. This was his lawyer. Tried to get me out. He couldn't get me out. So I went in basic, and then I went to OCS, which is Officer Candidate School, and then I went to Fort Ord, California, in Carmel. I lived with a girlfriend off campus, smoked a lot of dope, cranked up like you wouldn't believe, and then I went back to Marina, and then I went back to. And I got my orders for Vietnam. I was in a year in Vietnam. That's it.
Richard, I had no
That's it.
idea, so
I
thank you for
didn't.
your service.
Thank you.
I mean,
No, but that's really a
jeez.
big deal because I remember that was my older brother. They were, and my dad was he was a major,
Professional,
for
yeah.
40 years. I mean, and he was like, if he gets called, Canada,
I
they didn't
had-
want him to. I mean,
I had what they
It's a big
called.
deal.
I don't say suffered, but I had what they called a sense of double guilt, because I was in the theater, and all my friends were extremely liberal and anti-war, and I was anti-war. By going into the Army, I felt guilty. A, B, by not serving in combat, I felt guilty.
yeah.
So go figure.
And then did they treat you differently after you came back? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
Did you?
I didn't tell
imagine-
anybody. I didn't tell anybody that I was in there.
Because then all the
Oh,
they'd be like, oh, how come you served? Blah blah blah.
Absolutely, I didn't tell a soul until they freed the hostages in Iran.
Oh.
And Vietnam vets became revered. That spilled the beans.
Out of all the movies, you don't just have to name one, but
Yeah.
like all the ones that have been done about
Apocalypse
Vietnam.
Now.
Oh.
That because it's
Slam
the
dunk.
most
Just
real.
just everything
It was,
about it
really?
was.
'Cause I thought it was. Yeah, I didn't
No,
know
it was.
about-
It wasn't true. It's not a documentary,
Yeah.
but it
But I
was
mean-
the feeling of the horror because it's based on Heart of Darkness.
Did you
Joseph-
actually see Heart of Darkness, the documentary on?
No, I read the
Apocalypse?
book.
Oh God, it was. I just saw the movie. Wasn't it fabulous?
Joseph Conrad.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Go
But
ahead.
no, I mean, it was like
How about Hamburger Hill?
I don't think I saw.
You
that.
never saw Hamburger
No,
Hill?
another one was as great as Platoon.
Platoon and Killing Fields. I was just curious.
No, Killing Fields is about Cambodia.
Oh well, they're
They're about-
close.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
you
are.
didn't go there, but
They're neighbors.
They're on the same side of the planet.
okay. Joyce, Miss Joyce has not talked at all. What would you like to say?
Yeah, did I talk earlier?
Yeah. Somebody would mention to me that thing that you're doing now, something for the homeless. They go, "Oh, she's doing a homeless," and I was thinking, "What is she doing for the homeless?"
No, that's way too far.
It's like a
It would
downer?
take too long.
Oh,
No,
okay.
just take too long. It's very formative.
You were doing the voice for it.
Yeah, you really, that's
Yeah.
true. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All
Sorry.
right.
Sorry. Yeah.
All right.
No, I was just number one enjoying the things that you guys were saying, and I was starting to say earlier how when Jenilee came on the show, and as you, Richard, and I know because you weren't there yet, she came on as an actress who, like, just fit in and was a part of the team. And earlier today when we were talking, she was talking about being self-conscious because she was so new and we'd been together so long. And we never knew it, man. She just, like, came in and was a part of the team the first week with really just spot on. But her youth was showing backstage one day. If you all remember...
Were my nipples sticking out again?
No,
or
just
something?
your youth. There was a TV show running at the time called Shanana, and covers of all the golden oldie hits, and that was this TV show that was on. And JL and I were backstage one time, and she's singing away this song that was a hit when I was in high school. And I looked at her and I go, Jenilee, you're too young to know that song. And she goes, Shanana. And I go, those are not their songs. They are covering songs from my youth. She was so young, she had no idea that it was the second time around for those songs. I'm like, oh my God, child, you better stick with me.
I still love the story that she didn't know what 20th Century Fox was. But you carried yourself with such aplomb and elegance.
as
Because
long
when I
as
look
you-
back on what you did, we all just was like, oh, this is so hard on her, and I've been thinking, God, it's really uncomfortable. Everybody felt so uncomfortable, but it was you, and you handled it really with aplomb and with
Yeah.
elegance, and you were smart. You had a plan.
She
now owns a lot of real estate.
And I will say again, I did have a really neat conversation with Elliot Gould, one of the best actors and stuff. And I talked to Elliot Gould a couple of years back, and I told him, you know what? I looked at show business as it's just a business.
Yeah, I never
It's
did.
not what I'm doing, and I was going Occidental and USC, and I wanted to go into medicine, and I went to real estate school when I was 17, and I thought it's just a business, and that's me. Many people that in the theater world or whatever, theater's their life, and it's all about the art and all this. For me, it's always been about, it's a business. It's not my life. And people say to me, oh, isn't it fun? Today, doing what we've been doing this morning, oh, isn't it going to be fun? No, it's going to enjoy it.
I ended up having fun, but
No,
I was
but
very
I'm
stressed
gonna-
about it. Maybe
but
for sure.
I
the
was
last 2 days,
stressed.
I was super, and I thought, what the fuck am I
But-
so stressed about? This is just
You know what?
promos
And
and
I
chatting
was-
with people I care about.
And I got stressed. I started getting stressed a week ago thinking, because I had to put my mind back in that arena.
Yeah.
And they had to ask us about all the questions, not about, like now that we're together as we're, more senior, when we get together now, it's a love fest.
Well,
and
it-
back
it-
then,
it's funner
there was
questions.
just it was just work and pressure and looking all that. And Mickey Ross was micromanaging me too, and he'd take me in his private office and tell me exactly how to deliver every single
That's
line
what he
and
did to me,
everything
too.
else.
Oh,
But
man.
for
He
me,
did that
so
to me,
I
too.
just looked. It was a business.
Did
It
you
was
know
a
that,
business.
Richard? As I
That
was
is so
in between,
cool.
I'd be going, oh,
Shame
you
on
know
him.
that? And
You
I
didn't know
told
that
you
he was doing any of this?
No, she told me years
told you
after
years
the
later.
show.
Oh, he would totally.
Had
Fun for
no
me.
idea. I would have
Fun
smacked
for me
him.
is hanging out with my dogs. I have a bunch of dogs that sleep in the bed with hopefully somebody else, and so I have dogs, and I have fun for me is